Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you going today? Today we're going to look at ordering fractions or comparing fractions. So our title is Ordering Fractions. So there's 4 easy steps to order fractions or to compare fractions. Step 1 is to write all your fractions as improper fractions. So step 1, write as improper fractions. Step 2 is to make sure all your fractions you're comparing have the same denominator. So make sure all fractions have same denominator. So this same denominator is usually what we call the lowest common denominator. You'll frequently hear textbooks and me talk about it as the LCD. So the lowest common denominator is the lowest common multiple of the denominators. So for example, if you're looking at 1/4 versus 1/5, your two denominators is 4 and 5. They're clearly not the same denominator. So what's the lowest common denominator between them? Well, what's the lowest common multiple between 4 and 5? Well, the lowest common multiple between 4 and 5 is 20. So your lowest common denominator is 20. So step 1, write all your fractions as improper fractions. Step 2, check that all your fractions have the same denominator. If they don't have the same denominator, then you need to use some equivalent fractions conversions or work out your lowest common denominator, LCD, first. Once you have the above 2 steps, you can compare the numerator. So the top number, are the top numbers bigger, less than, or the same? And then finally, always write your answer back in your original form. If you don't write your answer in the original form, you will lose definitely half a mark. So step 4, write answer in original form. So some other keywords as reminders. Remember the word ascending. So if I ask you to put things in ascending order, means to go from smallest to biggest. And then if I ask you to put a series of numbers in descending order, it means to put it from biggest to smallest. And then hopefully you remember your alligator mouse. So this means less than. So for example, 1 is less than 2. If it points the other way, it's greater than. So for example, 7 is greater than 5. So if you can follow the 4 steps above, write it as improper fractions. Check your fractions have the same denominator. If they don't have the same denominator, then work out your LCD and then do some equivalent fraction conversions. Step 3, once you have the same denominator, look at the top numbers, which one's bigger, which one's smaller, which one's the same. And then finally, step 4, write your answer in the original form, otherwise you will lose half a mark. We'll do some examples.